All right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry everybody for the inconvenience. One person joining. Yeah, welcome everyone. As you might have noticed, Ethan is not around right now. I'm Simon. I'm Ethan's sidekick, basically. I polish Ethan's great ideas. And today I guide you through this community call. The 11th community call in the Asian friendly time. And yeah, let's get started. So, this one. What we are talking about today is the road towards CosmWasm 1.0. We talked about CosmWasm 1.0 before, what it is and how we are getting there. And yeah, we've got a little bit of updates. Then we have two testnets upcoming. Updates on CosmJS, the client library for Cosmos SDK, as well as CosmWasm, and an open Q&A session. We are recording this meeting now. So if you want to say anything that should not be on the record and should not be public, please don't. After stopping the recording, we will have a chat that is off the record. So if you want to ask anything there, then just wait until the end. So the road towards CosmWasm 1.0. 1.0 for us is a big milestone that basically guarantees stability for the smart contracts that you write. And yeah, we want to be there at some point in Q3. It's probably it's more likely to be September than August, but around that corner. CosmWasm 1.0 will be based on a launchpad release of Cosmos SDK, so we are not having any kind of Starport, Protobuf, IBC in that, but want to have a stable experience for single blockchain use cases. We are almost done with CosmWasm 0.10. That will bring especially better error handling and gas metering. It does not change the interface for contract developers a lot. And there are a few changes, but most of the work has been done in the virtual machine and in the blockchain connectivity. We have a pre-release tag of 0.10 already, and we are planning to bring this out in the final version at some point this week. After that, yeah, it's really time to test that, to write cool contracts, because we are not expecting any significant change for contract developers after 0.10. So this is really the time to hop on the train and yeah, start writing your contracts. There will be a 0.11 release after that, which primarily will upgrade WASMA, the WebAssembly virtual machine as part of CosmWasm, to a complete new rewrite, WASMA Reborn. That will we will come back to that later. Yeah, but that will enhance CosmWasm quite a lot, and it's a necessary change for us to do. But it will most likely not affect the interface to the contract developer. So your contracts written on 0.10 will work as well on 0.11 and then 1.0. We are planning to have an external code audit. So we are right now finalizing the funding for that, but this is coming. And then somehow in parallel, we will develop a proof of concept for TinyGo and assembly script support for writing smart contracts in different languages. This is basically writing minimal standard libraries to ensure the interface between the contract and the virtual machine works not only for Rust, but also for TinyGo and Rust, and assembly script and Rust. Rust is always the side on the virtual machine. But we want to encourage contract developers to use languages that are easier to learn, that are on a higher level from the syntax of the language. And yeah, we want to provide the choice. And then at some point of 0.11 development, we'll rename the latest 0.11 version to 1.0. So there will not be any other significant change than this renaming. So yeah, the latest version that was tested should be 1.0 then. CosmWasm 0.11 will come with Wasma Reborn, and this is a complete rewrite of Wasma, and it will bring us a bunch of nice improvements. First of all, we will be able to use the single pass WebAssembly backend of Wasma with Rust stable. That allows you to use the Rust stable compiler with the same backend that is running on chain. Right now, you can either develop in Rust nightly and use the single pass backend, or you can, by default, you use the Rust stable compiler and the CraneLift backend. CraneLift is an optimizing compiler, which makes the integration tests quite slow to run. While on the other hand, single pass is a non-optimizing compiler, which means, yeah, compiling WebAssembly and executing it is much faster. That makes development more convenient. And yeah, needless to say that being able to use Rust stable is convenient as well. It will allow us to configure the memory limits to any amount that the blockchain chooses. So right now it's limited to 4 gigabytes. You can basically allocate up to 4 gigabytes and we don't restrict that. You don't have enough gas to write 4 gigabytes of memory, but you can allocate it right now. We have not been able to crash any nodes with that. Most likely because operating systems are able to compress memory that is just consists out of zeros. But yeah, it would be good to be able to configure that and have a hard limit here. Wasma Reborn will allow us to get better signal propagation, which allows us to stop a node, shut down a node, pressing Command C in a clean way. And if you look at the development of Wasma 0.17, so the current release, it becomes clear that the development of this branch is pretty much deprecated. So it's not officially deprecated, but you see that the maintainers respond to open issues and pull requests, just pointing to Wasma Reborn instead of working on the current release. So this is a step we need to do, and it will come with 0.11. We are launching 2 CosmWasm testnets in August. Both of them will be running on CosmWasm 0.10. The first one is the CoralNet, and the second one is Gaia Flex. So the main difference between those is that CoralNet is a testnet by the CosmWasm team testing CosmWasm technology, as a general purpose smart contracting platform. Gaia Flex is a testnet that adds some functionality as requested by the Cosmos Hub, and yeah, is basically a Gaia and Cosmos Hub testnet with a CosmWasm module enabled. So the CoralNet will be permissionless, meaning that everyone can upload contracts. The Gaia Flex will be permissioned, which means that you need governance permission using the existing governance system to upload smart contracts. Not everybody can upload smart contracts, or everybody can propose uploading smart contracts, but governance needs to decide, do we want that on our chain or not? This is requested by the Cosmos Hub community, and it has been developed by the Cosmos Hub's community funds in the CosmWasm proposal 25. So yeah, the code is there, and we are running such a testnet now. CoralNet is basically the same as the demo net that we tend to spawn, but just with multiple validators, and not only Ethan running one node on some cloud service. The CoralNet will start on August 11th, and Gaia Flex will come 1 week after that. Yeah, and yeah, CoralNet will run until we have a successor with CosmWasm 0.11. Gaia Flex will support for 1 month, but since that's a decentralized network, we cannot shut it down. So if the validators decide to continue running it, it will continue run. Yeah, and speaking of validators, we are looking for validators for both of those networks. So if you're interested in either of those, the more general purpose CosmWasm section or the Cosmos Hub Gaia section, please let us know. And yeah, we'll make sure you can validate blocks there. We have a bunch of updates for CosmJS, the client-side library in JavaScript for Cosmos SDK and CosmWasm. CosmJS was recently integrated in AIB's Starport product, which is a scaffolding tool that allows you to quickly spawn a new blockchain and add your custom modules. And yeah, it creates a user interface to connect to the blockchain for you. And this user interface is powered by CosmJS. We got a lot of valuable feedback from the AIB team already, and thank you for that. And yeah, using CosmJS is pretty much the best that you can do to support its development. Use it, see what it can do for you already, raise questions, see where things are unclear, point out missing functionality, point out confusing APIs. This is what is really pushing CosmJS's development. And we have seen that with AIB already. Many interface changes are coming from this feedback, and thank you for that, AIB team. The package CosmJS SDK 38 will be renamed and in big parts rewritten as well to CosmJS Launchpad. Launchpad is a long-term support version of Cosmos SDK. It's labeled or versioned 0.39. And this new Launchpad client will support Cosmos SDK backends from 37 to 39. So we will be able to connect to the current Cosmos Hub, to the chains that are in the process of migrating from 38 to 39, and those who already migrated. And this will allow you to do your migration in smaller steps and don't need to do everything at once. I cannot promise that it will work perfectly for every module and every call and every structure that might or might not change between those versions, but we are pretty confident that the basic signing functionality and querying balances and yeah, maybe even staking is tested with all those three major Cosmos SDK backends. So I hope that's helping everyone. We got a lot of feedback that yeah, SDK 38 is not compatible with 37 or 39. Well, yeah, that's in the name already, but we want to make that more convenient. We worked on query and message support for the common Cosmos SDK modules. I don't list them all now, but it's basically everything that is in Cosmos SDK. And if you find something that is missing, please let us know. You can do all of that. And this next point is something that I would love to highlight because that makes CosmJS client pretty flexible. You can easily get query and message support for patched and custom modules. Patched versions basically means you take, for example, the standard auth and bank and distribution and slashing module, but you might want to have a slightly different staking module that is derived from the original staking module, but it works a little bit different and fields are a little bit different. And then you can compose a client that just pulls in the standard modules and create a copy of the staking module, the one that you patched in the client. And you only need to swap out this patched staking module. And yeah, everything you did not change, you can take off the shelf. And with the same mechanism, you can write support for your own custom modules. Yeah, queries and messages, basically. On the wallet side, we have a signer interface that allows DApp to connect to a signer interface, and the DApp does not need to know how transactions will be signed. So we can have a local in-memory wallet that just signs everything it gets. We can have a browser extension that holds the keys and asks the user for permission if something is signed. We can use a ledger, which is not tested, but it is possible with this interface to sign transactions. We have an implementation for a local wallet with secure key storage. So all your keys are encrypted whenever you store it. And we are working on an integration with the Kepler browser extension. And yeah, thank you very much for the Kepler team for helping us with that. The interface that we have right now is definitely not perfect and definitely not the final answer, but this is where we are heading to. Yeah, finally, the upcoming CosmJS release 0.22 that will be released this week comes with support for CosmWasm 0.10. Such that, yeah, we have all the tooling that we need to power those two testnets that are coming. Yeah, and that is it from my side. I would love to open the discussion here. If someone from the team has additional remarks, please let me know. If someone has questions, go ahead. And if you want to speak off the record, then wait until we stop the recording. Thank you very much.
So I wanted to ask about the two test nets you mentioned. Are those two
Yeah,
test ones that you're running, that you as the team are running, or are
we
those test nets
support
other
we
teams are
support
running?
them. We support them as a team,
Mm-hmm.
but especially the Gaia testnet is run by the Cosmos Hub community, because those are the people who care about whether or not to include smart contracting functionality into the Cosmos Hub. This is a discussion that that is not our discussion. It's a community's discussion, and it should be this community with the Cosmos Hub's validators and those who have a stake in the game who run that testnet as validators, as those who are doing the testing. But we are here for support, moderation, and the community fund by the Cosmos Hub also pays our work for this testnet. The Coral testnet is more of the CosmWasm teams thing. We want to have it decentralized in a way that we cannot shut it down as a team. But yeah, this is unrelated to the Cosmos Hub. This is really the idea of having a general purpose smart contracting platform with CosmWasm support.
I see, that makes sense. I wanted to add that the secret network developed by the Enigma team, we've been running a closed testnet that's based on CosmWasm for a week now. It's
Nice.
running right now. And in a couple weeks' time, I'm not sure we have official dates yet, but in a couple weeks' time, we're expected to open up the open testnet for our network. It's not vanilla CosmWasm. It is based on your work, and yeah, it's been going pretty well so far. So just wanted to throw that in to anyone listening. It allows you to run private computations inside of smart contracts with CosmWasm APIs.
Yeah, cool. Glad to hear that. Do you open up the existing testnet or do you spawn a new one?
I believe we will spawn a new one, but it might just be easier to like keep rolling with the same one. I'm not sure what the decision is on that, but at the moment we have a closed one, just like for invites only, and like everything will be made public in about a week or two.
Cool. You should definitely upgrade to 0.10 then.
Yeah, that's one of the tasks for this week. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna have a couple days work on that with all the conflicts, and yeah, I'm totally looking forward to it, as you can see.
Yeah, we're gonna spawn a new testnet to check to test the new features.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna be we actually because the enclaves are gonna be different. But yeah, so fun stuff ahead, and you're all invited to come check it out.
Cool.
That's on our side.
Misang, was there anything that I was missing?
No.
Are we doing any hackathons or something like that that I don't have on my slides?
Oh well, like we're not hosting any hackathon yet, but Ethan, we're planning to do a like online workshop by Ethan, hosting by Ethan in August. We'll share the information and details like when we confirm it pretty soon with a Twitter blog posting. And yeah, also for the testnets, to promote about our testnet, we'll do the video blog posting, so everybody is encouraged to share. We're thinking about sharing all this, like publishing stuff, like maybe like a few days before each testnet launch. So stay tuned for that. That's from my side.
Cool. Anything else? We also always want to hear people's experience with CosmWasm, what is working, what is not working. So if you have an interesting use case, we are always interested in hearing that. And sharing that. All right. If there's nothing else, then I would ask Miss Sang to stop the recording.
Okay.